What's up guys, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. So today I'm going to be doing Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter. The clown sort of gum wielding guy, you know, his power, it's like gum. Anyway, if you're watching this you probably know who he is anyway. But so head and shoulders, and we'll start with his right eye. So the eyes start in the middle of the page. We're going for a wide page just to fit in. He's got pretty wide shoulders. So a wide page, and we're starting in the middle. So find the middle point of your page, come over a small little bit, and we'll start with the right eyelid. So we just do a diagonal line up like so. And this is going to come across this way. And when you get to about the end, they sort of flick up at the end. It's got a little bit of a pointy, sort of slender eye. It kind of flicks up a little bit back here. So then, our bottom eyelid, so we're just going to go a small line just across like this. He's real thin eyes, Hisoka, like very evil, sort of sinister looking thin eyes. And then the back eyelid, the bottom, just here. Bring this just a little bit further. So then his iris and pupil, so we just have a semicircle in here. And then a dot just right in there. So the eyelid is like right over the top of that eye just there. So it makes him look just a bit sort of creepier, I guess. He's got a bit of an eyelid line just under here. And maybe another one coming out just in at the tear duct. I'm going to make this just a little bit pointier. We'll try anyway. Yeah. And above that then he has an eyelid line. So just coming up here, up like so, and across a little bit like that. Now his other eye over here. So they're his eyes are quite big, so we're a bit closer than eye distance. Maybe a tiny little bit close. It's pretty close though. He's got long, sort of thin eyes. So it's nearly eye distance. It's not too far apart. It's a bit closer than the width of his eye. Like so. So we go diagonal up again. Diagonal across, and then kind of flick up at the end. Then we do bottom eyelid down like so, real thin, and then maybe a line inside on the inside near the tear duct, and then his small iris just there, and a small pupil just in there. So maybe some detail lines just around his eye, like we did on the other side. And a line underneath his eye, just here. And a line above for his top eyelid, just coming up this way. Don't worry if they're not exactly alike on both sides. Most faces aren't actually symmetrical in real life. Slight differences. One eye a little bit bigger than the other, more open or more closed. You know, so they don't have to be exactly the same. So his eyebrows, pretty simple. They're real pointy. They go. It's like an arrow pointing up. So we go up and then down. So starting just about here, go up this way. Keep going up, and then we can bring it down like so. So if you're doing it manga style and leaving it as a black drawing, you can just sort of leave it like this. But if you want to add some color into his eyebrow, I think it's like a light brown, you can just add a little tiny little thin section just coming up into here. So you're just doubling up. You're just leaving a space that you can add some color. If you want, you could just leave it black if you were just drawn sort of manga style, but there's just a little bit of brown might go in there, like a tiny little bit, because he's very thin eyebrows. So we come over then and we'll do his other eyebrow. So real pointy again, starting down here. Up. Like so, and then down like that. And you could add just a section to color if you wanted, just in here. Make this a little bit longer. Right, so his nose, quite long, so it nearly connects with his eyebrow here. Come in this way, it's about here, and then we're going to go straight down, fairly straight down. It doesn't have to be exactly straight. You don't have to use a ruler or anything. It's quite a long nose, longer than a lot of characters, so it comes down this way and then goes diagonal into here. So the nose marks the halfway point between the eyes and the chin as well. So once you know where your bottom of your nose is, his chin is down here. So if you measure from, say, his top eyelid to his nose, and then go from the bottom of his nose down that same distance, that's where his chin will be approximately. And on the inside of his nose, he's got this shadow line just in here, kind of like a Dragon Ball character's nose, except just a bit longer. It just goes here and then back into there. And then a nostril just there. And maybe a bit more shadow, on the nose here. Darker portion. Just there. So now his top lip. So just under there we have a line for small little line, just like that. Just for where the middle of the top of his lip would be. And then the other side of his mouth, so he's kind of smiling. So we have a curved line like so, and this kind of sticks up on the side there. So it starts like underneath his eye, just in here on the inside. And then this comes across a little bit. You leave a gap and then do the other side. Smiles up like this. Kind of looks like a mustache sort of thing. So he's got just a little smile line just on this side. And then the line for his bottom lip should be halfway between the nose and the chin. So probably about here. Is that halfway? Pretty close. Not exactly perfectly proportional. I think he's got a bigger chin than most people, most characters. So it's just here. And then he has those shapes on his face. So we got a star and a teardrop, it looks like. So we'll do the teardrop on this side, star on this side. So we come down, come around the bottom, back up to there. The star right over here. So to do a star, the way I like to do it anyway, is I start with a arrow pointing up. Then I give this arms, coming straight outside. And then these arms come down, like kind of like Patrick Star from SpongeBob, like so. And then he needs legs, so you just bring diagonal line out, back in, and back into there. And then you give him an eye and a pair of shorts. No. Like got jokes. So, right, so his chin down here. So we just curve it around for the bottom of his chin. Got a real long chin there. It's actually longer distance. His chin is longer than it should be. I guess that's what makes him look sort of long and creepy. He's out of proportion. So he's a real long chin. His nose is in proportion with his chin, but his mouth probably on a normal character would be down there. But I guess it just makes him look a bit skinnier or something. Who knows? So this is going to go up for his jaw. It's about there. When we get to just about his top lip or just across from his nose, this is going to turn up towards the side of his face. So it's going to go up this way. Up to his hair, just up here. Right? And we can do the same over here. So we're going to go diagonal this way. And across, try and keep them level. We're going to change direction and go up towards his hair then. Right, so then Hisoka's hair kind of sticks straight up and around. So it's going to go, so we have a sideburn like here. It's kind of a wavy line just coming out this way, like so. His hair kind of looks like fire sort of growing out of his head. And so when we have a similar kind of thing here. So it sort of goes this way and around like so. So then his ears come out from here, just across from his top eyelid. So just sort of above, just a little bit above it, just sort of there. Maybe in line with the bottom of his eyebrow, just there, and same over this side. So these come down and around. Like so. And then we bring them in, like that. Bring it in like so. And then add his earlobe. Just into here. And then an earlobe into there. And then you can add bones and ligaments inside. So we add a little bump here. It's going to come up and around the inside of the ear. And then a couple more lines inside, like that. One curve around like so. And then, so his hair kind of comes down a bit longer on this side. So this line is going to come in to there, curve around. Well, we could actually make this part of his ear. Maybe I will. Just change that. Put the hair in here. That could be part of his ear. Yeah. No mistakes, just happy accidents. And then curve line there. Right, so the rest of his hair. So let's see what we got. So we're going to go waving line up and around like so. And there's a couple of spikes on each side, and then they come to spikes in the middle. So we're going to go a spiking line here. And you could do like another one over this side. There's actually another line here as well. So this is like double. This one comes up, goes real long, kind of like in line nearly with this one. To there. Give it a bit of a spike there. Like so. And his hairline, so we'll do his hairline before we, so his hairline just, it's defined I think by the colour where it meets his hair, but we'll draw it in just so it's a bit clearer so we can make it out. So it goes around this way first, curving around like so. Bring this side around as well. And it kind of dips down in the middle here. And then goes back up around like this. Kind of frames in his face. And then there's all sort of lines for hair that come out of that. But we'll do around the top of his head first. So this is going to come up wavy to another spike here. Then we have another spike in here. And it kind of comes down a bit further into there. And then these kind of come this way now. So we got one going this way. Spiking up to here. Another one coming up this way. I think his hair is going to just come off the top of my page there, but if you have more room, you could draw in the rest, like so. Another one coming up off the page there. Another one down this way. And then this comes down, waving line that way. Another one waving this way. And another one coming down this way. So now these lines are going to connect to his hairline all down here. So let's say we'll go work from the middle and work our way out. So this one's going to wave down to there. Another line in here. Another one there. Another one waving this way. Smaller one. This one comes up and connects into here. Just all hairlines. Just giving them some texture. Just trying to define his hair a little bit. Like so. And then we'll bring this one waving down. Don't worry if it doesn't look exactly like mine, guys. His hair moves all the time and it's drawn differently. Lots of different ways. Once you get that overall sort of fire-like kind of shape, you'll be good to go. So, once you get the essence of these things, they don't have, the details aren't that important. Once you get the sort of shape of it. So of course you can add as much of this kind of stuff as you'd like, but I'm going to leave it there. Right, so his neck coming down from his jaw, down to there, down to there. And then we have the color of his uniform. So we've two lines diagonal touching his chin. So one here, one here. Then his collar is going to come out from there. So it's going to go curving to there, curving to there. And then it's going to come around from the back of his neck and down. So it's going to go down like so. And down like so. And then it's going to come across the front, curve around, because he's got this yellow, what would you call it? A necklace? But it's part of his costume. It's like a round yellow thing. Just coming around here. So we close that off. And then the yellow part comes out here, comes out the other side, like so. And then shoulders. So just straight this way. And then easy peasy down like so. That's not the edge of his shoulder. Obviously his shoulder goes out a bit further out to here. This is just a black part of his costume. And then the next one, this way, down like so. So don't worry if they're not exactly even. I think I did this one a bit longer, but still, it doesn't really make much of a difference. He could be leaning a certain way, so don't worry about things like that. We're going to curve this around. He's got a yellow thing around each shoulder now as well, so we'll curve that around, go down to there, curve this one around, down like so. And then his shoulder skin just there. That's his actual shoulder, like his skin. It's not clothing or anything. And then the other one comes across and down like so. And I don't think, can we see any of his, yeah, so he has a diamond. We can just see the top of it, a red diamond. Just here. Hunter x Hunter is definitely one of my favorite animes and mangas, or hiatus, ex-hiatus, as people like to call it, because the poor artist, this is the love heart, sorry, is always sick. Who draws this thing? It's really good though. So, yeah, if you haven't watched it, watch it. It's really good. And if you haven't read the manga, try and read the manga. The current arc is pretty insane. So, I hope he finishes it soon. There's Hisoka. Thanks for watching, guys. And I'll see you in the next video.